Bitch, I'm in the.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian.
And I'm Mark.
That's right. How are you doing today, Mark?
I'm doing great.
It's Sunday. This is weird because we don't ever do a show on Sunday.
No, we don't do shows on Sundays or this early, ever.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's right.
I don't. We haven't done a show this early since our third or fourth episode.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. But why are we doing a show early today?
Because our guest is in a different country.
Oh, okay. Very good. Who do you got?
She goes by the name of, actually, her name's Carlione Ravn, and she's I'm going to screw this up.
A magician.
Magician.
She's also an MC, and she's got just a whole plethora of stuff on her resume. So we're going to talk.
Yes.
To her
hold on. Before we bring her on, though,
yeah.
Ryan, do you remember what country she's from?
Sweden.
There you go. Here she is.
I thought you were gonna say Switzerland or whatever, because people don't really. As soon as they get the they don't really know where to go. But yeah, Sweden, good for you.
Thank you. I got it right.
You did.
I did a little bit of homework.
That's good. I feel like I did not. However, I did listen to an episode with you guys and my friend, the pickpocket James, the other day.
Oh yes, he's freaking awesome.
He's really cool.
Have you seen his stuff?
I have. Yeah, we've met a couple of times.
Oh, fantastic!
Didn't you hear her? She said her friend.
Yes, I don't just make things up, all the time. Just when people pay me to.
So, Carlione, first of all, how are you doing today?
I am good, thank you. I sometimes when you've had too much candy, you have this feeling in your mouth like you just have to brush your teeth all the time.
Oh yeah.
And we made gingerbread cookies with the kids today, so I have that feeling, and I also feel like I'm shaking a little bit because of all the gingerbread that I had.
You got up.
How are you guys?
Got up early this morning and started drinking coffee, did you?
Oh well, I did, but it's currently 6 p.m. here, so.
We're doing great. Yes.
Yep. I got up around like 7, started drinking coffee. So I'm not shaking, but now I'm drinking tea. So we'll see how that goes. Lots of sugar in this stuff.
I only drink one can of soda a day, and then I drink water the rest of the day. So I'm sort of whatever.
Were you spacing out over there, Mark? You okay?
Trying to lose weight. Damn it.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you. Hey, Sweden. So tell me a little bit about the country. A lot. I've never been. I've traveled the world and I've got to see some really cool stuff. My wife wants to take a trip. I'm trying to think where she said she wanted to go. I forget.
All I see is really beautiful pictures from Sweden, and so yeah, it'd be a cool place to. See.
It is. We're all surrounded by water. So, well, basically the entire country is. So if for people who are watching this, maybe you don't know the geography, we're very high up in Europe. So we have Sweden here, and then we have Denmark, Finland, and Norway. So we're all like, well, actually it's the opposite way. But so we're very, very high up. So currently we're recording this the 8th of December. So it's freakishly cold, and it's gonna be until mid-April. But we try to be happy by going outside a lot, and we tend to go outside a lot. We go skiing all the time, and we can go ice skating on the water around the cities, and so it's very nice here. Beautiful, beautiful country. So we have a lot of forests, and we have big landscapes, just open landscapes, and beautiful people. Like everybody here is so pretty. Which is nice. So you look around and you're like, oh, nice.
So the pictures of Sweden do Sweden justice then, because a lot of people will be like, yeah, that's definitely not my country, or you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's only in certain areas where you can see nice things like that. Like here in Florida, you can see Disney, like you can see the castle, and you're like, oh my God, that's beautiful. Yeah. Everything else is like smog and
Yeah, no, here it's a very clean country, and that's what I keep telling people all the time because I travel too. Like I work as a full-time magician, so I see the world all the time. And people ask me like, "What's your favorite country? What's your favorite city?" And Sweden is a favorite country, and Stockholm, which is the city where I live, is my favorite place in the world because it is so clean, it's so safe, it's so calm. And I feel safe here. Does that make sense? Like I feel like
No, it's
when you
beautiful.
travel all the time, you're like, can I go in here by myself? Can I do this? Or what's the situation here? But I feel like in Sweden, it's there's this calmness, and we don't really talk to each other either. So you will never be confronted on the streets, which is nice. So you can always sit there by yourself and have your coffee, and you're good.
Well, you want to get to know your neighbors, though. I mean, come on.
Well, I would like to.
Yeah.
Not the rest.
So you do a lot of traveling, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And why do you travel?
Because I perform magic shows on cruise ships.
Okay. Any particular cruise ships that you go on, or do you go on various different ones?
Various different ones. Lately, it's been mainly Holland America Line and Celebrity Cruises, but I was just pitched for Disney, and I will probably start working for the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection next summer. So that's going to be cool.
So the Disney Cruise Line we have here, we don't have the Ritz-Carlton one close by, do we, Mark? That I'm aware of.
No, I don't think we do.
So on these cruises, do you guys ever cruise to the U.S. or near the U.S. or anything like that?
Well, I've only been doing Europe and Asia.
Okay.
Because there are so many magicians in America too who do cruise ships, so it doesn't really make sense to fly somebody in from Europe. However, there are not that many here who are female who will do a show like that because it's a comedy magic show, and there are only like so few people who can do that. So they will either keep me here or fly me to Asia.
Okay. So let's talk about that. How did you get into magic, and how did it become comedy magic for you?
Well, it started with my grandpa who taught me tricks when I was a kid. And I've been told that I did my first trick when I was 3 years old. And I currently have twins who are 3 years old. And I look at them and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that I was performing. But apparently I did. So that's where it all started, starting with simple tricks, like rubber band tricks, coin tricks, a little bit of cards. I started doing riffle shuffles when I was 4, which is crazy. So I feel like I haven't trained my kids enough. So maybe it's my fault. But I got into comedy magic because I kind of, I like being funny. So when people come to my house or when I hang out with my friends, I try to see funny in things. So it kind of made sense for me when I was rewriting my show to add more comedy into it. And some of my best friends are full-time comedians. So it's I feel like I have to be on edge all the time when I'm with them because they're always so funny. So then I have to, try to get my way in there.
Have you worked with some of your friends as doing your show? Like doing comedy with the magic. Have you worked with any of your comedian friends?
Like hire them to write the show or
just working together in the show itself?
No, it's I I tried to be a one-woman show.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer it that way. I bring up people from the audience all the time, but I rarely share a stage with other people. It happens when it's like a gala show at a magic convention or something like that. But other than that, it's you hire me for the evening, and then I want to be the only one.
Fantastic.
She wants to be the star.
I want, yes. Right. Thank you, Mark. You get me.
That's right. So
that's good.
So when you're not on cruise ships doing magic, comedy magic, or and all that, what are you doing when you're at home? I know you said you've got the twins and that, but do you do
twins keep her busy for a while?
I would assume so.
And slim, man. Mark, if you ever feel like losing the weight, get twins. You have to run all the time. Yeah,
Mark, go get grandkids.
Yeah, not anytime soon.
Yeah, no, well, this is my office. This is where I come to work every day, not weekends though. So this is kind of rare for me. Thank you for, pushing this to a different time for you guys for making it work.
Yeah.
But this is my office. So I just wrote a book. It's this one. So this is called The Business Side of Show Business, How to Make a Living Doing Magic. We are, however, changing name. So it's we're going globally next year and changing the name to The Business Side of Show Business, How to Make a Living on Stage instead. So that's what, I come here, I record YouTube videos, I create Instagram reels, and I write my book, and I coach other magicians in the business side of show business, because I feel like there are so many ways for us to learn how to vanish a dove or do card tricks or whatever it is. But there are very few professional entertainers who made it out there who are actually teaching the business side. So I try to be that person for the rest of my magic entertainer friends.
And a lot of magicians will tell you that a magician never reveals their secrets.
Oh, that's BS.
What do you have a favorite trick that you like to perform?
I do, yeah. I can't do it here because it's a stage trick.
That's okay.
But I invite somebody up on the stage and we set a like a blind date, basically. So somebody gets to name any date of the year. We start with a month, and they give me a day, like the day of the month, and they will give me a song that they like. And then at the end, they get to come up, and we have cards where they get to select a celebrity. So let's say they pick Taylor Swift or whatever. So then on the stage, there's also a big envelope. And at the end, where I will reveal what's inside the envelope. And it says, your blind date starts with the song that they chose. It's going to be on the date that they said, and then have fun with the celebrity that they chose. That is my favorite.
So it's your prediction tricks. Oh yes. Those are absolutely bananas. Like I always feel like, was that person involved in the trick? They already know. Or are you guys are just that good though? We're
just that good.
That's right. There's a lot of great magicians out there. I just watched one. I forget the guy's name, but he is a mentalist, and he was dealing with the NFL.
Oh yeah,
the quarterback awesome. And stuff like that.
Yeah,
and he would say, "Hey, here's the football. Who you throwing the football to?" And he'd write it down on the board, and that quarterback would say, "Oh, I'm throwing it to this person." He'd spin it around. He'd say, "Yep, that's what I thought."
Oh, that's cool.
One of the ones that he did was he said he threw them the football. He said, "Okay, who are you going to throw it to?" And the guy faked it to one guy and then throw it to the other. He wrote it actually that way on the board too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm gonna have to remember that one's name, because I think that's a great person that, if you want to get some influence from too, that would probably be, you know what I mean? Like just to watch some of the videos and see, because you having the inside knowledge, you'll already know how that happens. Like, oh, I know how he's done this.
Most of the time. It happens that other magicians are fooled too, especially when we go to big competitions, like the World Championships of Magic, let's say. There's always something that's going to fool everybody, which is very nice.
And that's like Penn and Teller do Fool Us, the magic show. And they've been fooled quite a few times, but,
They have.
Yep. You have a friend named James.
I have a friend named James. That is correct.
And James is a pickpocket. He's a pickpocket magician. How did you guys meet?
We met at a magic convention in Vegas.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And he was super friendly to me. And then we started talking. And I'm pretty sure that we went for dinner, a couple of friends, and he was there. And then the next year we saw each other again. And then the next year again. And, we keep bumping into each other.
You put it on the schedule. Hey, we're going to be in Vegas. Let's go have dinner.
Hey, Brian, how do we know James?
Yeah, how do you know James?
We actually had James on the show. He does a lot of TikToks. So we reached out from TikTok, I believe, and had him come on the show. And he even performed a couple of little tricks for us. And I thought that was absolutely amazing. I was like, holy cow, how did you do that? So,
do you guys perform any magic then?
What's that?
Do you guys perform any magic then?
I can do a couple of card tricks. I can do
as in two?
I think I have, probably 2 or 3 in my repertoire.
It's better than 0. I mean,
I love watching magic. I love going to, even when we went to St. Augustine, and you go down these little back alley, and there's a magic shop, and they have a little area for you to sit as audience, and they'll probably have like 10 or 11 people in there, and the magicians will absolutely just amaze you with the tricks that they're doing, and they can be as simple as hey, here's the coin, follow the coin, and they get the audience involved, and the next thing you know, the person that is on stage with them has no clue what just happened, but the audience does. And I love tricks like that. I love that kind of magic. I think that is absolutely fantastic.
We've had the hypnotist on here too that did magic type. We've had, I'm trying to think what else. I think those were the only two really.
Mm-hmm.
Not unless you count the psychic. Not unless you count the psychic.
We don't count the psychics.
Oh, the psychic blew Mark's mind at the end of the show, and I was like, all right, that's it. I'm out. I'm done with the show, dude. I can't. He was like, Mark's like, and I was like, okay, all right, guys, have a good night. We're leaving. So, good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning. Good evening, actually.
Good evening from her. Good morning. Well, these guys are all in. These guys are in Minnesota, so they're a 3-hour time difference, right?
So, 1 hour.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
So it's like 7 hours for her.
Okay. Well, that definitely good morning then.
As far as what I was getting at earlier, when I know you said the twins keep you busy, but as far as like hobbies and stuff like that, do you continue to just practice more magic, or do you actually have hobbies that you enjoy doing?
Well, my hobby is camera and video. So the one that I'm currently using right now, I kind of just had to use this for today because this was the only one that kind of works with this setting. However, I just bought 2 new cameras, which is, I'm very excited about that. So that's what I'm going to be doing for, because, I perform magic. So I'm very busy until I'd say the 20th of December. And then everything dies down for 6 weeks. So that's what I'll be doing, playing with my new toys.
Yeah, because
that makes me happy. And coffee makes me happy.
Yeah, I think that when we were trying to pinpoint a date for you, I think you said something like you're busy until the 20th, and I'm like, dude, let's try to work around that because of the fact that we're our last show is the 19th.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, we're gonna take a little.
When do you usually
do it? What's that?
When do you usually do it?
The show? Our show is typically every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh.
But we have every day of the week that we could work with you.
Yeah, we work with
we work with them just to make sure that we can get them on the show. We'll work with time. We picked Sunday because Brian's off on Sunday, so it was easier to do the time that you said. So it worked out better that way. This past few months, we've been doing Tuesday and Thursday. We do at least once a week, or we'll do. You'll be one of the ones that we really replay again while we're on our break.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so hopefully you'll get more. Hopefully we get more views. So not just today's views, but you'll get the views on the next one as well, because he'll replay the show in contention. That way, we're looking at also, and I was talking to Mark earlier before we came on, and I said, while we're on our vacation, while we're on our little break, what we should do is go through all of our clips and just grab some like funny moments or some interesting moments and just kind of put them all together and put like the best of 2024. So,
but he acts like I watch our shows over. Once we do the show, I don't watch them again because I already know what happened. So
Mark gets nervous to rewatch the show. I love rewatching the show though, because then I find out like I find things out like was I too pushy asking questions? Did I not ask enough questions? Was I boring? Was I entertaining? Was the guest entertaining? Did the guest have questions that we didn't get answered? And Mark, then there's Mark.
I stutter a little bit. In the beginning of every show, I always find a way of, I don't care what it is. I always stutter until I get used to it, and then I'll be fine.
It's your nerves. You just got to calm down.
I've always been this way since you know.
I know. I've known you forever, so yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did this podcast idea come from?
I was on a different podcast at one time, and I was looking to, I told him that, hey, look, I want to start doing one, and I was talking with Brian, and we were like, okay, yeah, I don't know yet. And then all of a sudden, one day he calls me and says, hey, you want to start a podcast with me? Okay, what are we going to call it? I have no idea. So we went to his house. I went to his house one Sunday, and we were talking, and his wife came up with the idea, really.
That's a keeper.
Yeah. We had a list of different ideas of what we wanted, and none of them actually stood out. But talking shit stood out more than all of them. And it's not like we're sitting here, talking, we're not talking about the person, talking shit about the person. We're just, we decided instead of
shooting the breeze, basically,
yeah.
like kick back and just, and we try not to turn it into an interview. Unfortunately, it turns into an interview. And that was my whole thing too. When we first got into it, I said, let's just sit around and just have a conversation and all that.
We used to have list of questions, 20 questions or so. And then I said, okay, no, let's not do that anymore. Let's just think off the top of our head. If there's a question you really want to know, ask the question. And it was like, okay. And then we finally we're going on our second year coming up. And we've had over 100 guests. And a lot of different ones between, horror icons, because we had CJ Graham, who played Jason Voorhees. Yeah, Jason Voorhees. We had him, and we've had people that's played from almost every one of them, and then we've had comedians. We've had all different types, and we're trying. We keep trying. Yeah, ventriloquist. That was our very first one, was a ventriloquist. It was fun. I liked it. I'd like to get more on the show, more comedians, more magicians, more musicians.
And that's the whole premise of our show. We didn't want to just tie it down and be like, oh, let's do like everybody else and go do a murder show, like a true crime or something like that. I just wanted to do something that was more variety and be able to showcase people and their talents. As you guys are the reason that we do the show. We don't do it for me and Mark to just sit around and talk to each other. We do it because we want to introduce our fans and followers that we do have to.
Come on, we do it so we can talk to them too.
Of course,
we enjoy that.
Yep.
So I was
on a spot at some point and asked for a magic trick.
Magic tricks. Well, this is a magic office. I'm sure there should be something. My show is literally at home because I am in between shows. But if you give me 1 second, I can go find something. I can still hear you. You can still hear me.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I'll have to do the card trick and see if she knows how I did it. She's gonna be like, yes, I know how you did that one, Brian.
I like the shelves that she has with the books.
It's very pretty.
I like how those are done. Those are a hell of a lot better than my bookshelves.
Oh, she's got the floating bookshelves up top.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, the Amazon ones.
Amazon floating bookshelves.
Yeah, and they're quite sturdy, actually. I think they can hold 5 kilos, or if it was 10 pounds, it's.
Oh, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Did you have to bolt them onto the wall?
Yeah, so they are drilled in here.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, they look really cool. Now you can't see the entire office, but if I do this, you can see that they're actually all the way up.
Oh yeah.
Nice. I like that.
And that's good enough. Okay, so first trick I ever learned. It's a very simple trick. It's called the jumping rubber band, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So you need a rubber band like this on your index and long finger like this, and the idea is to get it to jump to the other side.
What the?
3 years old. Okay? And now that I look at my kids, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way.
That's crazy.
Okay, so the harder one. Now you have to lock yourself in like this. So same thing, but harder. But like there it goes. We can even make it slightly harder this time. But this time you cannot blink because then you're going to miss it because it's going to be very quick. Thumb and index. Can't come out here. Not here. Not here. Not here. But right here, you'll see them melt through each other.
Magic rubber bands.
Magic rubber bands.
Oh,
They're
wow.
actually called the rainbow rubber bands. Also Amazon.
Wow. So if I buy the rubber bands, do I get to learn the secret?
Oh, you wish, buddy. You have to sell your soul to Satan for that one.
Do you have tricks that you put together and sell, like on the cruises or anything like that? Are you able to do anything like that?
I could, but no, because my grandpa always said a magician's job is not to keep secrets of magic from the audience, but to keep the secrets of magic for them. So I try to not teach any magic tricks if I do not have to. Okay. However, I would happily teach all the other things, like how do you write a contract? How do you write a business plan? How do you get repeat bookings? How do you write an email? All of the stuff that goes into doing this as a profession.
Well, I would assume that you're really good at what you do, or you're not going to get repeat bookings. And if you're already booked all these cruises, that everybody knows who you are, and they're like, "Hey, we need Caroline on. Let's bring her. Get her on the cruise. Let's go." Yeah. Have they ever fought for you to get you on? So, like, have you ever been booked somewhere and then somebody wanted to book you other than? So have they fought for you to get you? Like, hey, I'll pay you more money. Come with us.
They won't pay me more money. However, they tend to book me quite far in advance, so they're not going to have that issue. Because after the pandemic, something really changed when it comes to corporate bookings. So it used to be 3 to 9 months in advance they would book something, mainly 6 to 9 months, I'd say. And then it kind of shifted to 3 to 9 weeks. And just last week, or was it this week? Yeah, this week, I got a request for next Wednesday. So it didn't happen before the pandemic. It was never like this because people always, planned at least 6 months in advance.
Yeah. That's pretty far out there to plan 6 months ahead of time. So, I mean, that's smart though. I mean, you're guaranteeing that person that you're going to have that person on the cruise. So, I mean, because I know if I go on a cruise or something like that, like we want to know what kind of talent is going to be on there anyway, so that we know like, hey, these are the shows that I want to go see for sure. So, and that, yeah, magic and comedy are like the two best ones to go see on a cruise for sure. Like, hey,
agreed.
What's happening? Oh, I'm in it. Let's go.
Yeah. What kind of cruise lines do you usually go with?
So we did the Jimmy Buffett one. That was the last one we went on. That's a smaller cruise line. It was only like a 2-day excursion. That one, they didn't have any comedians. All they had were, they have musicians, just bands. And then we've done, Royal Caribbean. I like Royal Caribbean because they give you so much variety. They give you music, you get the comedy club, you get magicians, and like up close magic too. Like you'll walk into one of the like bar areas, and there will be a magician that will just walk around and start doing tricks right there with you. And hey, check this out, and you're like, holy cow.
Yep.
So
yeah, we're obnoxious like that.
That's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, my wife wants to do one for our 25th this coming up year, but I'm not sure yet.
It's really fun.
Go on a cruise, Mark.
Well, it's either go on the cruise or go to her graduation. One of the two.
Oh, whatever.
She's graduating. She's graduating from college, so.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's really cool.
What, next year?
Actually, in March she is done, and May 1st is her graduation if she wants to go.
Well, there you go.
But it's in Indiana.
Pass.
That's what I said.
A cruise is on water. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, you go over to like Cape Canaveral over here and jump on a cruise ship, go have a blast. You'll have fun, man.
Okay,
you
you
have
buy
a glass of sparkling wine on the cruise and say happy graduation.
There you go. See? Well,
She can have...
you go during your anniversary. That was the other thing that I really enjoyed. We went on Royal Caribbean. It was our anniversary. They put the happy anniversary on our door, and we showed up to our cabin, and there was a bottle of champagne in there as well. I was like, holy cow. Yep.
Nice.
Complimentary. I was like, wow, that's really cool, man. So.
And they don't check the certificate, Mark. So you could say that it's your wedding anniversary. And
well, it would be. I mean, it'd be our 25th.
Yeah,
I've been
but
married.
you could also, do that every day. Like
You
every
should.
time you go
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
I do
that's
that
true.
all the time. I do it all the time. I email the hotels that I'm gonna go to. Like last year, well, actually in January this year, we went to Egypt with the family, and I emailed them in advance. And I said, hi, my name is Carlione Ravn. I booked this trip with the kids. I'm really excited to come. I actually work as a full-time magician. I would love to put on a show for you guys. Please let me know. And they didn't respond, let's do the show before we went there. But I brought the show, you never know. So I brought the show. We got there, and they greet us with like a little tray with drinks for me and my boyfriend and the kids. And they gave us these white bracelets at this all-inclusive hotel. They upgraded our room to have our own pool, and the general manager came up to welcome us. And it was like a weird turmoil thing. And I was like, what's going on, And then later that day, I figured out, oh, they now know that I'm a celebrity. So everybody was like checking us out all the time, making sure we had the best drinks, the best food, and everything. I also later, like 2 days later, realized we were the only ones with the white bracelets. Everybody else had either purple or brown. So apparently that was the VIP ones. So highly recommend if you get the opportunity, write something in advance and you'll see what happens. I get a lot of upgrades that way.
I never even thought about that.
Just be like, yep, it's my anniversary. Just tell them.
Anniversary always works.
I had no clue. It was the first time we went on a cruise, and it just happened to be during our anniversary, and that's what happened. I was like, wow, that was really cool.
Mm.
So,
yeah, just never ask Brian how long he's been married because he doesn't remember.
Yes, I do. It's 27 years. I'm trying not to get hit over the head.
That's a long time.
I'm going with 27. Yeah, it's a very long time, but it's she's kept me in line for that long, so I guess that counts, right, for something.
Yeah. What's the secret then?
I don't know. I have to ask her. I just kind of listen to her, and we go from there.
Happy wife, happy life.
She might be a witch. She might have me under a spell. I don't even know.
Sounds like it. Speaking of, I went to go see the Wicked movie the other day.
How was it?
Wow. It was really good. And I'm sitting there with my boyfriend, and he's like, you didn't tell me it was a musical. And I was like, what is it? How did you not know?
Yeah, my wife. You show that it's a musical.
Yeah, my wife and daughter went to see it, and my other daughter's going to see it today. Mm-hmm. I asked them how it was because I'm not going to the theater to see it because I'm not listening to people sing. Not in the theater, at least. I'll probably watch it here. I didn't know if I wanted to watch it, but I keep getting told, hey, you should watch it. It's good. Brian, don't watch musicals.
I don't. I really don't. But listen, I'll watch that one because here's the thing. Basically it's supposed to be like the prequel to The Wizard of Oz, right?
Yes.
So I was just watching something. It was crazy because it just happened to come across my feed on TikTok. And it was the story of who you think the evil one really was in The Wizard of Oz.
Right. This one sort of tells
Glinda the Good Witch, dude. Glinda the Good Witch was not a good witch.
Well, we don't know that.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get him to watch The Greatest Showman.
Oh, great movie.
Which one is that?
That's one with Hugh Jackman. He owns a circus.
He found.
Oh yes, he found the circus. Yeah, it's got Zac Efron in it. Zaya, yeah.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. The music, quite honestly, the music in it is all good. I didn't think I didn't start
musical.
Yes.
Oh,
that's why you wouldn't.
It's somewhat a musical, I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't start watching musicals until just probably the last 5 years. My wife finally got me to watch some of them, and Mamma Mia was one of them. So I watched the second one. So
what a big thing is I don't want them to turn every movie, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I would prefer that they don't turn every movie into a musical.
Well, not every movie. Yeah, it's just certain ones that I'll watch. I don't like watch. I used to sit there and watch like Disney movies with the kids, but now it's like the music is not all that good.
Mm.
That's your opinion.
Yes, I'm correct.
Well, me and my boyfriend, we have been watching New Girl, and there was this. Was it New Girl? Yeah, I think it was a New Girl. It was like last year. Was it last year? I think it was last year. And I think it wasn't an episode of New Girl. Maybe it wasn't, but I think so. And there was a musical episode. And I was like, oh, this should never happen in a series or whatever. And then we kept seeing it, like in different series. There was like an episode of a musical episode in every single one. And now we're watching Yellowstone. And just yesterday, he was like, I wonder when it's coming, the musical one.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Coming from Yellowstone.
Yeah, I don't care for them in series. I don't care for the musicals, but
it doesn't make sense.
I do agree with you. In a lot of series, it's done that because what was it? Grey's Anatomy did it.
Yeah, and Scrubs did it.
Yeah, Scrubs was an interesting one. And come to find out, I just found out the other day that they're bringing Scrubs back.
Thank God.
They're
with
rebooting
the original cast?
Almost all of the original cast, except Carla.
No, okay.
Carla, because she wasn't in the very last season, so they're not sure if she's coming back or not.
Spoiler alert! Hello, I'm still watching it.
You haven't finished it?
No,
I've watched it like 5 times.
I have not finished it. I just
like
realized that it was funny.
It doesn't apply to so many years.
It took me a little while. I didn't start watching it until close to the time that the show had already ended when I started watching it. Now I'm like, oh hell yeah!
It was like The Office was like on its last season, and then people were like, "Dude, you gotta watch The Office. Get past the first episode, and you'll fall."
They're rebooting that.
Oh man.
Yes, I'm so excited for that.
I don't know about reboots though. I mean,
it's got to be done right. And if you don't have the original cast with it, you can mix new with the old, but have the same feel. Like, my wife started watching Girl Meets World, and I like that show, so I sit down and watched it with her, and we've been watching that again. And I'm like, I don't remember this episode, but I like the fact that they introduced the new with the old and how they did it. Some of the ones when they reboot them, it just doesn't work the same way.
And we'll just have to wait and see what happens too, because I mean, it was like I don't know if you guys have watched Dexter or not.
Yeah.
The New Blood Dexter, not a fan.
Yeah,
a lot of people. I have not seen that yet.
Was not a fan.
But now they're coming out with
another one. Yeah, it's supposed to be his first kill or something like that. I'm like, oh
right.
God.
But I feel like we got that in the original series, though, like when they did the looking back into history of him. But
right, but they want to go more into depth into it instead. We'll see how this works out.
I'm not excited. I'm more excited about another series of like Dahmer or something. Really get in there.
Which one?
The Dahmer one, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh.
Okay. Scary. Well, what's the name of that series where they're doing like the Ed Gein story and stuff like that?
The one on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, and they're doing very different ones.
They just did the Mendez brothers.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
I can't remember because the first one was Dahmer, then Mendez. Next one is Ed Gein.
Yep.
I'm curious on what's going to happen after that one. But he keeps getting in.
With OJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows
OJ story.
Yeah, that one was a long one to watch.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that they do another. I'm hoping that guy does. Murphy, I think that's his last name. I'm hoping that he does Ted Bundy, but I think he wants to stay away from that one right now.
What?
But, yeah,
another prolific serial killer that needs to have the story told too. I think though.
Right, but I think he wants to stay away from it. He wants to tell some of the other ones first beforehand.
Okay. Mark, do you have music for us?
Yes, I do.
Guys, let's take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and I'm going to try to perform a magic trick.
I am scared for everybody.
Me too.
Okay.
Thanks for the help, Caroline.
I got you, buddy.
It's called Staying Alive from the band that's going to be on our show Thursday night at 8 p.m.
That is Inside the Trojan Horse. You liked it?
That was pretty cool.
All right. That's Inside the Trojan Horse. We're going to have them on the show this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live. If you do miss the live show, you can always catch the show the following day, right, Mark?
Yeah, except for this one, it'll be on today. It'll be on all platforms.
Perfect.
Did you see my mess? Did you see my? Hey, did you see my mess up?
Yes, I saw your message.
I was laughing. I forgot to fix that one.
Okay. So I said we were going to do some magic. We're here with Carlione Ravn, who is a magician. She showed us a trick, so I'm going to try one here. It's going to be a little tough because I'm not in front of everybody. So as far as like having a table setting and stuff. So what we have here.
It was really hard for magicians during the pandemic, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. So what we have here, ordinary deck of cards, and I'm sorry that you can't, but it's an ordinary deck of cards, guys. Regular, just pulled it out of the box here. What we're going to do is we can do this trick with any 3 cards. My favorite number happens to be the 5. So, once again, really hard to see. I apologize. Can you guys see that?
If you put it up more, right there.
There you go. There are your 3 5s. 1, 2, 3 cards. This is really hard to do. I'm going to take 1 card from the deck. I'm going to stack one of the 5s. Okay? I'm going to take another card from the deck. I'm going to stack one of the 5s. I'm going to take another card from the deck. I'm going to stack one of the 5s. So essentially, what I've done here is I've separated all of the 5s, correct? Yes. Or did I? Or did I?
That was good.
It's okay.
You shouldn't quit your day job or anything.
I wouldn't. You know. I absolutely won't. It's really good, like when you're doing it at a table. When you're doing it at a table with people who have not seen that trick before, it's really good. I'm sure you know how that trick was performed.
Yeah, but we're not here to share secrets.
I gotcha. Card tricks. Do you have a favorite card trick?
Wow. Yeah, I do actually. Do you want to see it?
Sure. Absolutely.
Which one should I pick? Oh, did you know that this, by the way, is how playing cards are printed? So they're printed on a big sheet.
I never knew that.
And that's then really they cut them out. So you will have the stencil here in the back where exactly it needs to go. Pretty cool if you've never seen one. They're called an uncut sheet.
That is really cool. I've never seen that before.
No, people usually don't because, well, I design playing cards too. So I have 11 decks on the market.
Okay.
So also, these are my top 100 on this one. Let's see, which one do we do today? Maybe we do. This is a fun one, the chicken nuggets. They're all eating. So let's see if I can.
Okay.
Get this in. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
So all of the court cards are eating funny things. So this one is eating pizza. Let's see here.
They all have fat faces on them.
Yeah.
That one's a fat king.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a pretty cool deck of cards. So let's see here. I have them all over now since I needed to find the funny ones. Alrighty. Okay, so I'll show you one of my favorite ones for this. We need 2 jokers too, so I'm going to put those to the side for now. I feel like there might be 2 ad cards, because usually when you print cards, when you print them like this is not part of the trick, by the way. When you print them like this, there are 56 slots. So sometimes when you get a deck of cards, you will get 3 jokers, sometimes 4. The most common thing is 2 jokers and 2 ad cards. but we do not have ad cards in ours. Instead, we have a special. This is a special lady down here with the 2 different pips, and then this
nice.
backer. So this will have a back too on the other side.
Nice.
The cards have different ones. That's pretty cool. Oh well. Okay. So I'll be changing my camera a little bit so you won't see me cheating. I won't be cheating, but I just want you guys to see a little bit of table so you see that I'm
Okay.
not. Okay, let's shuffle this up. And since you're not here, Mark, will you help me with this?
Sure.
Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Before I'm done, okay? Comedy magic. I'm here all week. Okay, tell me when to stop, Mark.
Stop.
Stop here? Okay, I'm going to look away because the monitor is right here. Have you seen the card?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. It's a live show, so we need an answer. That's right. So, okay, so we're going to shuffle the cards up a little bit.
Mark, you're not supposed to write it down.
Oh, did you write it down so you don't forget?
He did.
That is so funny. Okay, so we're going to take one of the jokers on top, one of them on the bottom. And if you just give me 1 second to go through them all, that's one. What was your card, Mark?
Jack of spades.
The Jack of spades. Jack of spades will be in position 17 from the bottom. Not only that, we're going to take the jokers, toss the cards from hand to hand, and there's one card in between, and that should be the Jack of spades.
Wow.
That's my favorite card trick.
Card from the bottom, she said.
Yeah, yes. I've done this There we go. Fantastic.
That was awesome.
It's a good one. Yes.
That's a great
that. I like that one.
It's a good one. It's a quick and simple.
Yep. I'm gonna have to learn a couple of more just so I can try to never be on your level. But I like to entertain people and myself as well. So it's if I get an opportunity to learn one, I'm gonna learn one. So.
Well, there's a few easy ones that you can learn. As I said before, I'm not one for teaching magic a lot, but we can do one. So this one is using a principle called a key card. So if somebody picks a card, let's make it easy. We're going to pick one of the jokers.
Okay.
We're going to place that on top. So now everybody's thinking about the joker, and then we're going to take the card in the middle somewhere, and somebody else can do a couple of cuts if they wanted to. And now I will look through the cards, and as I'm looking through the cards, I will find this one since everybody knew that it was the joker. But I am looking for my key card, and a key card is a card that you know exactly where it is. In this case, I knew the card was the Jack of Diamonds on the bottom, so I had that one there. We placed the joker on top, and when we're cutting it in, it doesn't matter how we cut it, the cards will always be together. So as I'm looking through the cards, I am simply just looking for my key card, and the selected card will be right on top of it.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yes. So that's what
everybody just got to learn that one trick.
Yeah.
Love it.
And you can blow people's minds left and right.
Do you do any stack shuffling? Do you know how to do stack shuffling? Do you do that?
Stack shuffling. Are we sure that that's the correct term?
I don't. Maybe it's not stack cutting or something. I know it's.
Cardistry.
Yes. You do that?
A little bit, yeah. So this is what cardistry looks like. I don't do a lot. If I stand up, it's easier because then I can also make them fall, and some of them can vanish just like that.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit I do.
That's really cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Also, I do this one.
I like that.
Yeah.
A lot of practice.
Do you do any?
I can't. No, those are the ones that I like to watch though, because I'm like, okay, how do I try to do that? How do I try to perfect that? How do I do that? So I'm going to constantly keep doing it until I can figure it out. So that's why I said
hard in the beginning.
I would love to have been a magician, just because it brings so much joy to people. You can be down in the dumps, right? And just watch a magic trick, and you'll be like, what was I thinking about again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You really can.
Yep.
So Thank you for being a magician, and thank you for showing us that. That was really cool.
It's really funny.
Aside from being a magician, though, your resume states that you're an MC as well. So, what do you MC exactly?
Big corporate events, big galas. So
Okay.
sometimes it's a full day of moderating too, but most of the time it's a gala dinner basically. So they will introduce me, or a speaker will introduce me like a voiceover, and then I'll come on and I'll do a quick magic trick and then just lead them through a dinner, an award, or whatever it is that we're doing. And then I always finish off with the big trick at the end, usually a 20-minute show or so.
Okay.
Now, Brian, if you read her profile right, it says she is the only female magician in Switzerland.
Exactly. Switzerland is the one.
Or Sweden, sorry.
We almost made it, Mark. We almost made it.
Yeah,
swinging a bit.
Yeah, Sweden, sorry.
Don't be sorry, be better.
There you go. So you guys get a really, really nice winter. It's going to be a long winter for you all.
Yes.
You guys celebrate the same Christmas that we do here in the States. Is that right?
Nope. 24th.
The 24th. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that I've got a friend that's from, where is he from? Nope. Can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but they just celebrated their Christmas, which was, he was telling me that they put carrots in shoes and sugar cubes in another shoe to feed
for the reindeer.
Feed the reindeer. Yep.
Yeah.
Is that Germany?
It is not. It is. Oh my God. Where is Sonny from? I'm gonna remember it when we're done. It's similar to Germany, but it's not Germany. They talk just the same though.
Oh, okay.
It starts with oh my God! It starts with a B, right?
Belgium.
There you go.
Yeah, they're weirdos. No, I'm kidding.
It's crazy because when you talk to the guy I'm talking about, you wouldn't know that he's from a different country until he starts talking to like his mom. Like his mom will call, and then it's all of a sudden it's and I'm like, what the heck just happened? Yep. Like, are you talking in reverse right now?
And Belgium is very different from everything else.
Yeah, he was telling me that they had just celebrated their Christmas there, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. I think that it was on the 6th.
Oh, well, good 6th. For Santa though. I mean, one less country.
Yeah, one less to go to. So now he's going to hit you guys on the 24th. So hopefully the kids have been behaving.
Yeah, hopefully. It's really funny with the kids now because they talk so much and they go to kindergarten. And so many times now I keep hearing from other kids' parents that, oh, so my kid tells me that you do a little bit of magic. And I'm like, yes, I'm a professional magician. I do professional shows. And they're like, oh, how wonderful for the children. And I'm like, what? It's almost an insult. Like, why is it just for the kids? Like all the time when people are like, oh, magic, how great for the kids. But I feel like magic should be more for adults because we are so boxed in how things are supposed to be that we need a little bit of wonder, don't we?
I agree.
Yep, absolutely. Like, once again, that's what makes you always, like me, I'm sitting there going, how the heck did that just happen? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's a nice feeling. You know, so that's the sense of wonder. So yes, absolutely get it. And you know, like I said, I appreciate what you do, and I find it absolutely tremendous that you are the only woman in Switzerland, Sweden.
Yes. See, here's the thing. He's not going to let me live this one down for a while either, because because we had a military show last year, and I accidentally said. How do I say it now, Brian? For the Coast Guard.
Oh, he said we got the whole Coast Guard here, and it was one guy. I was like, yep, that's the whole Coast Guard.
So he never lets me live it down. Every time the guy's on the show, he never lets me live it down. But we do
the entire military Coast Guard right there.
Yeah,
That's enough.
We do a military show twice a year. Once on Veterans Day and once on Memorial Day, or around about there. Other than that, I mean, we try to do we were trying to do military shows at least once a month because the military guys, they liked it, but we kept getting the same ones on, so we wanted to try to break it up a little bit, try to get more on.
Once again, we like to try to have as much fun as possible without prying into people's personal lives and stuff like that. But speaking of prying, I would like to ask, where can people find you as far as your social?
They can find me right here. Kidding. No, but I'm on Instagram, on YouTube. Instagram is the best place if you want to see behind the scenes what it's like to both have kids and work professional as an entertainer. So I do a lot of videos and I do a lot of skits and stuff. For YouTube, it's mainly for if you want to run a business, then that's the place to go. And I have a website, of course. And and you can, of course, replay this episode because then I'll be here again, I promise.
On Instagram, is it Carlione Ravn?
It's Ravn Magic. So it's Ravn Magic at Instagram, and on YouTube it's the same. You can just search for either Ravn Magic or you can search for Carlione Ravn and you'll find it. As you can see here on the little thing on the mark. Not you, Mark, but the other one.
Do you have it on there?
It should say here, no? Doesn't say on.
Oh, okay. So it's under your name.
Oh, okay. It says here on my screen.
Oh, it's not showing over here.
Oh, okay. So it's Ravn. That's what it is.
Ravn, right?
Yes. There's no E in Raven in Swedish.
Magic. And that's going to be on Instagram. So you do a lot of videos on Instagram. Are you doing TikTok at all? Do you do anything on TikTok?
I used to have a full-time assistant, and she took care of TikTok for me because I feel like I'm getting older. I say to people who have been married for 30 years. But no, I don't enjoy TikTok. Oh,
okay.
Am I cursing in church?
It's okay. Not everybody does. I simply enjoy watching the videos on there. I've tried to make videos. I found out I am not funny. So
okay.
We're going to steer clear of that.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
Yeah. We're going to try this coming up here. We're going to try to do a little bit more on there, try to do some live ones and see what we can do. But because of StreamYard won't let you stream to it. So it's a little bit harder.
I see. And you want the big quality and the setup and everything, of course.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I got a nice setup,
You do? What is that?
Mostly horror figures.
Oh. Hey,
he's got like the Terrifier toy in the background. He's got his Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake.
The Terrifier is signed by David Howard Thornton, the one that played Art the Clown. So, yeah. And I got
no idea who you're talking about.
Oh, come on. They got horror movies over there.
Yeah, but probably not Terrifier yet. Have you seen the Terrifier franchise stuff? Yeah, see. So what's crazy is, have you seen the Joker movie?
Yes.
And then they came out with Joker 2. They came out with Joker 2. This movie, Terrifier 3, has far exceeded what Joker has done in the theaters.
By really? Almost tripled it, I believe now. It's over 100,000.
It's becoming
100 million.
It's becoming a cult
that's really
classic.
Cool.
It's becoming a cult classic. So it's wild. Like my wife was not in the least ready to watch it because she's not a clown person. She's like, I don't like clowns. Don't trust him.
But he's not really a clown.
He's a clown.
Yeah. You say.
When you're doing your tour and stuff like that, when you're working, do the kids get to go? Does your boyfriend get to go, or do they stay home?
They stay home.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the time. When I went to Vegas to work when they were babies, we brought them because they were 6 months old, and I didn't want them to, be away from their mom for 2 weeks. So, yeah, we brought them. But now they stay home. It's easier for everybody.
Okay.
I do miss them, of course. But, you know, I leave the TV on.
Do you make sure that they have cereal in their bowls?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
100%.
and I leave the tap open just a little bit.
But the windows have to stay closed because if not, they'll get out.
Yeah, and it's also freezing here. So.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. So, what is the temperature right now there?
It's currently -2 degrees Celsius.
Pass. It's going to be a no for me. I woke up this morning to 42 degrees. That was enough.
Well, that's what happened. We live in Florida, so it's
either sweltering hot or really, really cold.
It's 28 degrees Fahrenheit.
So 28 degrees. It was 40 something here, like I said.
So you could deal with it.
I cannot.
Yeah, well, today it's been kind of warm.
We just couldn't deal with the snow that they get.
I lived in Jersey and I hated the snow.
I love snow. I just, it's been a long time.
Yeah, last week it was 5 degrees Fahrenheit, so then it was, tricky to go outside.
Do you guys get over here in the States? We get a lot of black ice on the roads.
We had it yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. So you got to be very cautious driving. Do you guys do snow chains on the tires, or do you just drive nice?
No, we don't. No.
Okay.
No, we just stay home.
They're not going to shut down the whole country because it's snowing, right?
Well, actually, in the south of Sweden, they cancel all trains just for it snowing. It doesn't have to be snow anywhere. It just snows a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, cancel the trains."
Oh, no way.
Yeah. It's a pain.
That's crazy.
It's like we knew this was happening.
Yeah. You knew the snow was coming. Do something about these trains.
Yeah.
They need to heat up the railway somehow.
You'd figure that they would. Just a little bit of heat that would melt it.
Yeah. Keep the snow off the tracks and whatnot. That way you can still get around somehow. I mean, if you can't drive a vehicle, you want to have some kind of way out if something happened, right?
Yeah.
So. All right. We asked you for an hour and you've been super gracious and gave us over an hour. And we do appreciate that, Miss Caroline. Once again, we are with Carlione Ravn. Follow Raven Magic on Instagram. Where else did you say they can follow you?
They can find me on YouTube. I'm on Facebook, but those are my major ones. Also, I'm on LinkedIn. But yeah, Instagram and YouTube are the best ones.
Perfect. Oh, Miss Caroline, thank you so much. Mark, do you have anything else that you wanted to ask her?
No.
All right.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good one, you guys.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Miss Carlione Ravn. Absolutely fantastic. Was super happy to be able to meet her and watch some of the magic. I mean, that's just a taste of what she's capable of doing. She is a comedian magician. And if you guys weren't catching those little clips at the very end where she's talking about that she leaves the TV on for the kids, then you have no soul, because she is absolutely funny. She is super, super funny. So
yeah, I can actually make some clips out of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you guys are following. If you're not following her now, please go give her a watch. Go check out some of her other videos. I'm sure that she's got some of her stuff. Mark's got her website, right? Do you have the website?
I can put it up later.
Okay. In the meantime, next Thursday.
No, this Thursday.
Oh my God. This Thursday, our upcoming guest is going to be the band Inside the Trojan Horse. Once again, please make sure you're following us right here on Talking Shit. And you can follow us where, Mark? What are you
everywhere. Everywhere.
Everywhere. What do you mean? Oh, the link tree.
Yes, you can use the link tree. You can just type in Talking Shit, SHTTT, and we're everywhere. That's anytime I type it into my phone or computer, we're the first thing that pops up.
That's awesome. I like it when we get to pop up like that on people's phones.
Oh yeah.
All right. What else you got?
I think next Thursday we're going to give away 2 shirts.
Let's see how many viewers we get.
Okay,
then we'll make a decision on how many shirts we want to give out.
Okay. I mean, we could give away more, but that sounds good.
All right, sounds good to me. All right, do you have anything else, Mark?
No. If you want to find out who our last guest of the season is going to be, tune in Thursday.
Perfect. I'll do that. I'll be there. I promise.
Well, you better be.
All right, guys. From us here at Talking Shit, my name is Brian.
And I'm Mark.
And we're out of here.
We're out of here.
Good night.
Bitch, I'm in the